Christian dating or dating as a believer is already a challenge because let's just face it, there aren't a lot of believers out there that are Bible aligned, that are aligned with God's word. And so now the challenge is to go out there and to find people who really are. And if you're not in church, it can be difficult. And even if you are in church, it can be difficult because there may not be the right demographic there that could potentially be a match. So, what are the 3 things to never do while Christian dating? Let's go over them. Hi everybody, Adora here and welcome to the channel. If it's your first time, I'm so glad that you are here. And if you're a returning viewer, I just want to say thank you so much for your time here. Really excited to have you guys. If this is the type of content that you like, feel free to subscribe. So the question is, what are the 3 things that we should be doing while Christian dating? Number 1 is to not compromise. I can't tell you how many times that I've met so many people and on the paper they match with me. They look like they would be a good match. But as you start talking to this person, you realize they are not as serious about their faith. They don't have goals that align with yours. For instance, I said in another video, someone was looking for a travel buddy on the dating app instead of an actual life partner. Fine, but that doesn't make it a match. So all of these things are going to align into you not compromising what your beliefs are and what you're actually looking for just for the sake of being in a relationship. I see a lot of people do this. They don't want to be single. They're tired of being single. And so they just pick somebody that they feel is close. If the person is a Bible believer and they are following the principles of the Bible and maybe you guys have slightly different theology, that's not a reason to throw someone away or just to throw the whole prospect of having a relationship with that person. I would say if you are not aligned at all or your theology is way too different, you guys have different lifestyles and it's just not matching, then that's what I would say would skip. I feel like recently I've talked to my friend, she married a Catholic. She's a Protestant. For the most part, there are a lot of overlapping beliefs. And so they were able to really still make it work. A Christian with an atheist or someone who doesn't even believe that God is God, for instance, would be an issue. We don't want to be compromising with exactly who God has aligned us to be with. He let us know specifically that he wants us with other believers. And so we have to make for sure that we're not compromising for the sake of saying that we're not single. Okay, 2 is setting up boundaries. So a lot of relationships now are evolving and you want to stick to your beliefs and you're not ready to cross boundaries with someone. You're not ready to share intimacy with someone. It is completely okay. And I would even say be upfront with that person. If they cannot accept that, then they are not your person. You need to be able to be yourself. You need to be able to express your beliefs and you need to be able to grow into being more comfortable to express yourself with that person. And that's in any relationship, right? We don't just dive into weird situations, even with our friends. We don't want to just get into situations that we're not comfortable with. So when it comes to setting up boundaries, you need to let them know, like, hey, I am very serious about, my quiet time. I'm very serious about taking time out of my day to spend journaling or whatever it is. You cannot be with me during that time, right? Or I'm not okay with moving in with someone that I'm not married to. Like, I want to make for sure that we are definitely in a covenant. These are things that you don't want to, again, compromise on as you are growing in your relationship. And then finally is the rushing into a relationship. Like I said earlier, some people kind of jump into relationships because they don't want to be single. Rushing into a relationship opens up the door for you to miss a lot of things about that person's character, their actions, who they're around. We need to take the time to really get to know somebody, to build a relationship, to understand what their likes and dislikes are. And more importantly for us believers is, how serious is their relationship with God? Is it real or is it more like on paper it looks nice? if we rush into things, we won't get it. And if we don't take the time to ask the correct questions, then we won't get it. And so it's very important that we don't just rush into something for the sake of rushing into it. If it happens quickly and we are for certain that we have completed all these steps, then that's one thing. I've seen a lot of relationships that it worked after 6 months. They got married after 6 months and everything's fine. But at the same time, I've seen relationships after 6 months, it started going downhill because they just didn't ask the right questions. They weren't 100% sure that it was a compatibility, and now they're scrambling to figure that out. So don't look at somebody else's timeline and say, you have to do that by then. Make it a very customized experience. Be okay with taking your time and really seeing for yourself, am I compatible with this person? So those are my 3 major tips. Making for sure you're compatible, making for sure that you're setting up boundaries, and then also just don't rush into things, okay? Because this is a journey in itself. And remember, when you get into a relationship, it's supposed to be for the long term. You're under a covenant. So you don't want to just rush into something that is just not going to work and you'll be out of the marriage or you'll be in an unhappy marriage. So taking the time in any relationship is so important, especially as believers, because we have to be aligned and be able to go forward with this person. This person is going to be helping you through a lot of things, and you're going to be helping them through their spiritual walk, their physical walk. As things happen in the economy, you're going to have to keep each other positive. You're going to have to take care of kids together. Like, all of these things are going to happen at some point with your spouse. And if you haven't taken the time to see, who your spouse is and what their needs are, you're not going to know how to be the best person for your spouse in the relationship. So I hope y'all like these tips, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.